Over the next 2 years, Washington plans to increase its military presence in the Indo-Pacific region due to the growing threat posed by China. According to Reuters, the U.S. will deploy additional forces in several nuclear-powered submarines off the coast of Australia. These measures are part of the AUKUS pact, a military-political alliance between Australia, the United Kingdom, and the United States aimed at ensuring regional security.
We are in a time now where we have an opportunity to strengthen the alliance in the Indo-Pacific region, and I think this is going to be a great opportunity, and I'm looking forward to it.
American nuclear-powered submarines will be stationed at the HMAS Stirling Naval Base in Western Australia to prepare for the rotation of the vessels. Up to 80 U.S. military personnel will arrive by mid-2025. Over the course of the next 2 years, their number will increase to several hundred. The base is currently being modernized. This is a strategically important site for the United States, as HMAS Stirling is located closer to Asia in the Indian Ocean than the U.S. Pacific Fleet headquarters in Hawaii.
What they gain is the capability to operate a nuclear-powered, conventionally armed warship. So the things that this brings to our Navy and to every Navy, that has nuclear-powered warships is significant and allows us to operate with essentially unlimited endurance, just limited by food.
Australia is strengthening its defense due to the potential threat from China. According to Reuters, the government plans to equip its military with modern anti-ship missiles and upgrade various defense systems. Japan is also bolstering its defense capabilities. According to Kyodo News, the authorities are considering deploying upgraded long-range Type 20 missiles in the southwest of the country on the island of Kyushu. The range of these missiles is about 1,000 kilometers.
The deployment, expected to commence at the end of the next fiscal year in March 2026, is aimed at bolstering the security of the country's southwestern Nansei Island chain, strategically important for its proximity to Taiwan, amid growing fears the self-ruled democratic island may be invaded by China. China regards Taiwan as a renegade province that must be reunified with the mainland by force if necessary, from a Kyodo News publication.
On March 14th, the member states of the G7 issued a joint statement expressing concern over the situation in the East China and South China Seas. The foreign ministers of the G7 countries consider the increase in the nuclear arsenals of China and North Korea a serious threat to international security.
We remain concerned with China's military buildup and the continued rapid increase in China's nuclear weapons arsenal. We called on China to engage in strategic risk reduction discussions and promote stability through transparency. We emphasized that China should not conduct or condone activities aimed at undermining the security and safety of our communities and the integrity of our democratic institutions. From the G7 Foreign Ministers' joint statement on the Government of Canada's website.
Beijing called the G7 statement an interference in its internal affairs and a deliberate distortion of facts. In Pyongyang, North Korea promised to further expand its nuclear arsenal. The development of nuclear weapons is considered by North Korea as its right to self-defense, according to a statement released by the state news agency. North Korea has been deploying nuclear weapons and cruise missiles capable of carrying nuclear warheads since 1960s. The UN Security Council has passed several resolutions aimed at limiting North Korea's nuclear program and impose sanctions on the country. Reported by Alexander Zaslavets, Nikita Skoblikov, UATV News.
The evolving global security landscape demands that Europeans address this issue together, declared German Chancellor candidate Friedrich Merz in an interview with German broadcaster DLF. He stated that he is open to negotiations with London and Paris regarding the joint use of nuclear weapons, but does not rule out relying on US protection.
The sharing of nuclear weapons is an issue we need to talk about. We have to be stronger together in nuclear deterrence. We should talk with both countries, France and Britain, always, and in addition, from the perspective of supplementing the American nuclear shield, which we of course want to see maintained. Friedrich Merz, candidate for Chancellor of Germany, in an interview with DLF.
On March 5, French President Emmanuel Macron initiated a strategically significant discussion. In a televised address, he stated that Paris intends to explore with European partners the possibility of extending its national nuclear deterrence to cover the entire European Union.
We have the most efficient army in Europe, and thanks to the choices made by our elders after the Second World War, we are equipped with nuclear deterrent capabilities. Since 1964, France has played an explicit role in preserving peace and security in Europe. But in response to the historic appeal of the future German Chancellor, I have decided to open the strategic debate on the protection afforded by our deterrent to our allies on the European continent.
According to The Guardian, Germany committed to non-nuclear defense in several international agreements after World War II. However, it does participate in NATO's nuclear sharing program. Analysts note that this proposal marks a dramatic shift in Berlin's policy, as Germany has historically relied on US support for its security.
Germany fully understands the potential future scenarios, particularly the aggressive actions of the Russian Federation. In this context, the nuclear component could serve as a deterrent weapon. Macron's statements serve primarily as a warning to both Moscow and Washington that neither Russian nor American nuclear blackmail has found support in European capitals.
Poland is also closely examining Paris's proposal, confirmed Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk. He emphasized that the financial aspect must also be considered. According to Tusk, around 14 billion euros per year are spent solely on maintaining the nuclear arsenal. Another key issue is determining who would have actual control over such weapons.
The French proposal is not new. This topic has also appeared several times in conversations with me. That is the possibility of expanding these possibilities of deterrence with nuclear weapons on the part of France, and of course, it is most worth considering.
Lithuania's Prime Minister urged caution regarding Paris's nuclear umbrella initiative, warning against action that could undermine trust in NATO. Meanwhile, Lithuanian President Gitanas Nausėda welcomed Macron's proposal to deploy nuclear weapons in partner countries.
I think it's a very interesting idea, and we see to this proposal with high expectations because, nuclear umbrella would serve as really very serious deterrence towards Russia. And it is very important to use this opportunity, all opportunities to increase our resilience, and especially in the eastern flank, because eastern flank is exposed to different kind of threats.
France and the United Kingdom are the only two European nations possessing nuclear weapons. According to the BBC, France currently has fewer than 300 nuclear warheads, while the UK possesses approximately 250. The fundamental difference is that France's arsenal is entirely sovereign, developed and maintained independently, whereas the UK relies on US technological support. Reported by Katerina Bastun, KD, UATV News.